Welcome in, beautiful souls. So, I just finished a reading about fear and where it comes from, and how we are, by society, taught how not to trust that inner guidance that we all have. So, they wanted me to talk a little bit about a biofield science, and that is the study of energy, an energy field in all living systems, like in all living beings generate. Okay, so it's like an energetic field, and it's like the ability to hold space, and that is like in the spiritual sense as well, right? So it's empaths have this capacity to create this through their presence. Now, it doesn't seem to matter what kind of empath that you are. Like, you might not think that you're an empath because this is something that happens and we don't even know it's happening, right? Like, this could be something like I'm going to do more videos that they're all going to link together because it's some kind of educational things that they want me to do readings on, so that it helps bridge the gap so that people can have a better understanding on how the universe works, how your system works, how this inner guidance works, and the confusion that comes with it, and all the stuff. Okay, so if you just bear with me a little bit. So they're saying that we are able to create like a healing field, um, and it becomes possible for others to heal just by our presence alone. So, you know, they're not like, you're not performing any kind of healing, but you're a container for it. So, the energy that we all embody affects the environments that we inhabit, right? And the people that come in contact with it. So, the biofield science, it measures the shift in the fields of the people that are around empaths. And like I said, I'll go into more about different types of empaths. I think I already did one reading on like an awakened empath opposed to an empath that's awakening, but there's different forms and levels, and all that. So I will probably do more readings on that later, but right now this is what they want me to do. So what happens is, when you're in the presence, or when you're in the presence of people that are going through like an emotional upset or whatever, and you're counseling them or talking to them or calming them down, what happens is just your presence, even if you're not speaking, and like say somebody passed away and you don't have any words, your presence just being there, what happens is it seems to be able to help other people's nervous systems to find its way back to a balance. And all this is being done without even trying. And it's a skill that you don't practice, it's just a function that you carry. And what it does is it anchors that energy into the physical realm. So this is something that you were born with, though you probably don't even realize it. A lot of us walk around and we don't even know, but you might also resonate with the fact that maybe, sick animals find you, or, people that are going through emotional upset, or, things like that. You might find that those people are like drawn to you, or they'll tell you their whole life story, and, that kind of thing. So, and that's how it's an indication. But like I said, I'm going to do more readings on those later, and put it all into, connect them all together so that it'll give everybody a better understanding of who and what they are, and what some of their abilities are, what your spiritual gifts are. So I'm going to go into more of that in later videos. But for today's video, we're talking more about the energy that you have within you. And you might think it's a curse because your life has probably been very hard, and you deal with a lot of emotional people, and you probably feel really burned out all the time and stuff like that. And this will help you to understand what you need to do, especially if you're at the beginning of your spiritual awakenings and your path of understanding, you know what I mean? So the first card that popped out here is blessing in disguise. You are being asked not to prejudge your current set of circumstances. So that's what makes me believe that you're probably going through a lot of, you could be going through some like upset. And then on this deck here, as soon as I split it, this is, I believe this is Raphael. Yes, this is Raphael, and he brings in healing. And the last reading I did about the fear, they talked about how they were bringing in like healing. Yeah, Raphael, trust your spiritual vision. Okay, so we're going to bring out one of these because the angels are guiding these messages. Your angels, my angels, all of us. We all have angels that we can count on. Whoa, what's going on here? And you see this one doesn't want to go back in, so I'm going to take him. Okay. Is there another here, Spirit? The cherubim. Yeah. Okay. Powers. Okay. So, this is your spiritual... You were born with this. This is something that would have been in you before you took your first breath. And this is probably something that's been handed down from generations too. And you might have done this in previous lifetimes. You don't always know it, because this right now, what's happening is we are clearing up a lot of our old karmic past lives. So true love's on the bottom. At the core foundation of this relationship is the potential for true love. This is them talking about connecting with your angels. Too, I was getting the butterfly that goes through the metamorphosis. So, you could be in a state of transforming. So there could be a lot of things going on in your life right now internally as well, because I keep seeing this as like an eternal emotional, like roller coaster type thing. Tornado, yeah. Yeah, the void. You may be covering up the emptiness or pain within through an addiction. An addiction can be anything. It can be just, dealing with people's drama. It could be food. It could be anything. Too much of anything can be an addiction. Yeah. Okay, we're going to take that one. And this one that doesn't want to come out. Hidden treasure. Yeah. You have brilliant on-tap potential just waiting to be explored. Just like I said, like here with this this turmoil of emotions, and then the void came out. Hidden treasure. Judgment. You are being asked to let go of all judgments and forgive those who judge you. Yeah, has a lot to do with it, doesn't it, Spirit? Okay. So I'm going to pull out a few more oracle cards here. And then we're going to move on and see what these angels want us to know. Whoops. Okay. This one here. Okay. Okay, I want two. All right. I'm going to take these two. I'm going to take one of these. Or maybe two. Oops. This one. Learn about clairaudience. Hearing helpful words in full sentences is the rarest psychic path. clairaudience is hearing. Okay, yeah, because, okay, all right, so they want this one too. So what they're saying here is that with this card, when I was talking about like all this emotional turmoil and whatever's going on, this whirlwind of emotions, here they pulled out this card here that says cocoon to protect your sensitive system. Snuggle into a cozy, calm vibe, court gentle or soft energy, people, books, movies, music, places, conversations, and experiences now. Create a buffer between yourself and stress or drama, even in your own thoughts. Cocoon to protect your sensitive nervous and psychic systems, and your intuition will sprout wings and soar. Okay? So, definitely a vibrational match. Number 10, you are sending out new signals that are bringing forward positive new experiences. And see what I was saying about how your energy field can be healing other people, because you're sending out these signals. You don't know you're doing it, but you're definitely doing it. This is why your emotions are in such a whirlwind. Okay, they want me to read these ones after. So let's do this. Let's do these two next. Awakening, yeah. Okay, you are no longer letting people dictate and run your life for you. That's good. Well, healing with nature, very good. This is very good. Your soul yearns to be outside in nature, around the healing waters, flowers, and trees. This is very good, the healing with nature, because, you know, that's, I was just saying how that last reading I did, I mean, literally just 10 minutes ago, I did a reading, finished a reading that was talking about how the angels were bringing in a bunch of healing for people because, you know, we're all a bunch of empaths, not knowing that we are, because that's really what our souls are. Our souls have always been this. We just didn't know being on this earth. Okay, they want me to leave those to the end here. Fire. 15. You know, this is the balance between the light and the shadow. This is dealing with the fears. You know, they're going to have me do a reading that talks about the shadow work, and but they feel that some of these messages need to come out first before I go into doing the shadow aspect of things. Okay, so these are going to be masters here in these cards that are coming in to help guide and help. Yeah, the sacred activist, Joan of Arc. Do not be afraid. Stand up for your beliefs. Yeah, because the last reading, this is like a continuation, I guess, because the last reading was about your fears and how don't let people like the naysayers like get in your way of your spiritual look, Jesus, acts of service. Oh my gosh. When you serve, the universe serves you. Wow. So you're being guided by Jesus here. This is amazing. You know, this is to bring out that warrior in you. You're a spiritual warrior. You can't get any more than having Jesus at your side. Holy, wow. Guiding your way. This is beautiful. So you're doing an act of godly service and you don't even know. But by the end of all these readings that I'm going to do, because these readings are going to help you like understand like what's going on within your energy, you know, basically a little bit of what's going on in the universe, how like previous lives, the shadow work, all of that, and it'll help give you a little bit of a foundation to build on. So Raphael is trust your spiritual vision. Your psychic and spiritual abilities are awakening. Look at that. Trust what you are seeing, for your intuition is correct. Just like I said, like we were in the very beginning when I said, and then when I did that last reading about the fears, about how society, you know, basically teaches us not to listen to any of those abilities, right? Okay, you can read between the lines, and the information you feel rising up within you is being divinely revealed to you. Of course it is, because we get Jesus here. And Raphael's all this healing. Wow. You have spent lifetimes preparing for this moment, and although you may feel apprehensive, you were born for this. Believe in the beauty of your gifts. I trust my inner vision. And this is what I was just talking about, how for lifetimes that you're purging all the stuff from spirit. The cherubim, create your own story. Nothing is set in stone. You are the co-creator of your life. The circumstances you have experienced up to this point have been linked to the choices you have made and the karma of your ancestors. And I was just talking about that because I was saying how, like in the last reading, how how we have to carry like this like big heavy bag on our backs from our ancestors. Wow, spirit. Now it is a pivotal time for you to begin moving into a space where you can create a story that's more aligned to your needs, the vibrational match, and ultimately the calling of your soul. Oh my God, Spirit. I recognize my ability to direct the experiences of my life. And and it's funny too, because of the way they had me set this up. They had me pull out these two cards, and then, you know what I mean? And normally I have like the cards are grouped together, like, you know what I mean? But they had me like switch it so that, once I read this, then the vibrational match would, spirit. They make me laugh every time. Embrace your unicorn destiny. Wow. Your life is not destined to look exactly like anyone else's. And you're receiving intuitive guidance now about an aspect of your special destiny. Be like the unicorn and embrace your uniqueness. Destiny is calling. Think of destiny as more fluid than fixed. Actively intuit and pursue yours. Wow, that's amazing. This is Blessing in Disguise, number 35, and then Healing with Nature is number 35. Cool. Okay, let's see what this next one is. Glean possibilities, not predictions. Use your sixth sense to explore options regarding an issue. While some relationships and experiences may be fated, many more are dynamic, involving greater choice, flexibility, and freedom. Life happens organically due to collective shifts and individual free will. Not everything can be predicted. Co-create the future by taking a calculated, healthy risk. Because they did bring up about addictions, right? And how I was saying, like, addictions can be in any form. I love this. Okay, so what else do you want them to know? So they just wanted to bring out some tarot cards for you here. Let's see what they want you to know here in the tarot cards. They keep calling me to this card. I don't know what this means, so I'm going to just stop here and take a look here. Ouch. Let me see. What did I do with that book? I don't even know. Oh, maybe this is it here. Oops. Okay. What is it, number 15? These are elemental cards. They brought up something about elemental in the last reading too. Okay, so this card represents duality, creation, kundalini, the rising phoenix. Like I said, you're going through transformation. I was getting the metamorphosis. bringing conflict into harmony, intensity, transformation, and the incredibleness of being alive. Infinite energy. Is there anything here you want me to... Okay, it says here, we live in a dualistic world of light and dark, yin and yang, masculine and feminine. Focusing only on light can repress our shadows. Bringing both sides into balance and being real with our humanness allows us to reach more joy, authenticity, and depth by accepting with and loving all of ourselves as we truly are. We can extend more of this love and have deeper compassion with others. Yeah, I think that's why they're saying here, and it comes right out under, do not prejudge your current set of circumstances. Okay, so where they're bringing out the shadow so soon, like I said, I'm going to do a reading on the shadows, so that will help bring more clarity to the... Yeah, I kind of figured this was the light and the dark here. So you're going through a Kundalini awakening. This is going to take some time, though, because I think that awakenings is a process. So we're just going to... I think I got this deck upside down, do I? Okay, Spirit. I'm ready when you are. Oh, okay, I guess we're taking that card. Okay, so we're going to take this one and this one. It's on the bottom. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, that's the balancing the energies. Again, this is about the balancing the yin and the yang. This, I think that's what this is referring to, because like the Two of Pentacles is like both balancing of life, right? Like your spiritual and your earthly energies. But this, I think, has to do with this balancing of the masculine and feminine thing here. The Chariot's in reverse. So I think when you're going through a Kundalini too, the Kundalini kind of puts everything as in a metamorphosis stage. So there's no movement forward. It's because you have to, you're going, and then where it's right on the Raphael, this is about, you know, you have to go through all this, some sort of healing, some form of healing before you can move forward. The Nine of Swords, yeah, see, this is the Nine of Swords is all about the pain and the suffering and, you know, the trauma. And I know, so I was talking about how, like, this kind of gives me the energy of, like, all those emotions. That's why they brought out that you have to protect your sensitive system, to cocoon, to protect your you know, and I was talking about that butterfly thing, right? Let's see here. Yeah, in reverse, you have Two of Swords in reverse here. Embrace your unicorn. This is the confusion. I think you feel like you're in between a rock and a hard place here. You know, and I think that's because you're not going with your vibrational match here. So you're sending out new signals that are bringing forward positive new experiences. So you are bringing it, because you're going through that Kundalini, you're going through that metamorphosis. You are bringing in, I mean, you might not feel like it, because I think like you're just like in this cocoon type state still. But they still want you to embrace your uniqueness here, your unicorn destiny. Yeah, I think this is what it is. I think while you're in this, it's to help. That's what you're going through. You're balancing you have to balance the male and the female within your vessel, because that's your foundation. Okay? So I think that's what that's about. Yeah, I keep feeling like she's defensive here. She's standing on guard. Four of Pentacles. Yeah, I think you feel really okay. Do you want to bring up more clarifiers here? Okay, let's bring in a few clarifiers here, but I'm pretty sure that's what's going on here. Okay, so what do you want for the Chariot? Whoa, the Sun, look at that. As soon as you're through this stagnation, once you're done, once you're through that, the Sun, this is happiness. Yeah, because you can even see, like here, she's got her head, like she's sitting in this lotus position, but she's got her head down. She's like her head's down in all this, you know, under all this. It is a blessing in disguise. Whatever you're going through, you know, your set of circumstances probably is very difficult, right? That's why they brought out Joan of Arc here, because she was a warrior. She was a very young warrior. It takes a warrior spirit to get through a kundalini, to move through and balance these energies. And it takes time. You have to get through some of this trauma that you've been through, this heartache. The Eight of Pentacles is in reverse. Oh my. So if it's in the upright, that would be mastering. So there's something here. That's why Jesus is here. You're really struggling here. Okay. So because it's the Pentacles, like the Swords is all about your thinking, but the Pentacles is about earthly things, right? So, you know, I don't know if you're going through like a lot of, because you're dealing with so many emotions and, you know, people that are around you. You could be going through some really bad, you know, living situations or financial problems. So the Eight of Pentacles here is, you could be going through like some burnout or feeling like giving up. You know, you can't you can't use shortcuts. You can't, to get through your spiritual awakening, you can't use shortcuts. It's not going to work. So I think you're just feeling a lot of burnout and you feel like giving up. But that's the, that's not having, that's because you don't have that foundation under your feet yet. You know what I mean? You know, and I even see like the horse, there's like the white and the dark, just like there's here, the light and the dark, the duality. See what's on the bottom here. Yeah, the King of Swords is in reverse too. So you have the King of Swords. Again, the King of Swords is all about, okay, see, like with the swords here, with the King of Swords is about having like the intelligence and the logic and like courage and all of that. But it's also about like the thinking of the mind, the power over the mind, right? But where it's in reverse here, I think that you're allowing these traumas to overtake. And you see how you have all these like black birds flying here, but then you have this white dove that's trying to penetrate with the light. They're trying to bring this light into the darkness to try to clear some of this darkness out. The King of Swords. Yeah, you know what? See this? There's a bat here, and then there's an owl. This is about wisdom, intuition. You know, and with the swords too, the King and Queen of Swords, like they're quick to, like they don't have an issue with cutting people out of their lives that are dragging them down or burning them out or upsetting them in some way. Yeah, look, the Four of Pentacles again. Yeah. So the four of Pentacles here, you know, this tells me that there's a lot going on in the earthly realms. So you could be having, like I said, like there's a lot of stability. Having an issue with your self-worth even, right? Or being in the flow of these energies. You know, you might feel like you have to, like, you know, hoard your savings, or you have an instability of money or something here. Also, like, again, with this King of Swords, like they're saying here, like, you know, don't be afraid to cut out these negative energies that are around you, because it's for your own self survival, basically, because they have Joan of Arc here with these two swords. Like, you know, don't be afraid to stand up for your beliefs. Don't be afraid to stand up for what you need when you need it. Is there anything else, Spirit? What's that? Okay, hold on. They want me to grab a deck. Let me grab that. This one. Let me bring out a Dimensions of Light card for you here. Okay, let's see here. Okay, let me just, this one. Look at that. It's another dove. Okay. Let's see what they want here. What number was that again? Number 6? Oh, number 9. Or is it number 6? 6 or 9? I don't know. I have to look it up here. Let me look. Let's start with 6 first. Yep, number 6. Look at that. Soul talent. Wow. So it's this way here. Soul talent. Nurturing a raw talent through exploration and expression transforms it into a potentially sacred offering to the world. Even abundant natural talent may evoke testing from the universe, so that the depths of beauty and ability can be distilled. Part of your journey this lifetime involves the discovery and development of a particular soul ability, just like I said in the beginning. It is a precious pearl, at times hard won. However, it can bring about incredible joy and fulfillment of your soul abilities with courage, detachment, and a sense of humor. There is a higher purpose to your inner growth, whether it seems practical or not. There is great value in your journey, and good things shall come of it. Wow, Spirit, that's amazing. Oh, you know what? I thought that bird was I think that's a swan. Because it's got such a long neck on it. Doves don't have long. I think that's a swan. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, that's all I have for you. And I hope this video finds you well. And I hope it's been a little educational for you and it's helping you out. I'm going to bid you a good day. I'm going to send you all my love and light. Bye, everyone.